and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Nikki here. So today I have a really fun video. I headed over to Primark today and I picked up loads of base makeup. I saw that there were loads of people looking at the foundations, the concealers. So many girls and guys were like hyping over it, and I was like, you know what, it's been a hot minute since I've tried Primark makeup. I've heard good things about them. I've heard people compare them to high-end makeup, and I thought it was time to try it out for myself. Now, one quick fact is everything that I bought today, which is everything for your face, obviously for your face, everything for like a base makeup, came to like, how much was it? Just under £20, so it would be the price of one MAC foundation. I'm gonna try it out. I think I'm gonna be able to kill this, and we're gonna see if we've got some new favorites. So if you want to see how I achieve this Primark base, let's do it together. Then just keep on watching. Do you know what, if I sound a bit wheezy, it's because I'm struggling with hay fever so bad. I didn't even know. So hay fever can get into like any area with holes, so like your ears, your nostrils, your mouth, and I'm really struggling with it over here in my throat. It's like so sore. What I don't understand is the weather. It's not sunny, it's not anything, it's like gloomy. It's so grey and gloomy. Why have I got it? Okay, so you guys know that my skin is dehydrated AF, so I've already added my essential oils, moisturized, got my skin feeling really, really plump, done my skincare, and now I'm going to go in with the PS Bronze Instant Radiance Highlighting Drops in the shade Paradise. Now these were £2.50. You can see that everything is still in its packaging because we're going to try it out together. But what I'm going to do is, because I want a dewy, sun-kissed summer effect, I'm going to add the Radiance on underneath because my foundation is matte. So I'm going to say it's comparison to like the iconic London drops, but we don't know just yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it out of the packaging. I'm going to pop this on as I would the iconic London drops, just in the high points of my face, and then I'm just going to blend that out using a damp beauty blender. Listen, I know I'm looking a little bit like Tin Man because I think that I put on a bit too much. However, iconic London who? Because this one is £2.50, this one's £30, and they're more or less exactly the same. The only thing that I can say about the difference is the iconic London seems to be a little bit more on the oilier side. It feels like the texture's a little bit more oily and greasy. This one dries down a little bit quicker, but the effect is more or less exactly the same. It's giving me that radiance from within when I put my foundation on. Hopefully my foundation is still going to be a little bit more dewy, but for £2.50 I am not complaining. The only thing that I would say is that it's got this kind of like button on it, so I felt like if I press it, then taking it out, it should come out, but nothing comes out. So I'm not too sure why that is. I mean, I'm not too sure why that, oh there, maybe it didn't fill it up, but it's not really like coming out. Do you know what I mean? I think it's a little bit too thick, so I don't even think, that's not even necessarily really, but it's a little bit thicker, I would say, that's all. Okay, now I'm going to move on to foundation. I'm really excited about this. This is the PS My Perfect Colour Matte Foundation, medium for coverage, and this one was £3. I got it in the shade Toffee. Now, I actually only just got one shade because I was quite confident that this was going to be my shade. It looked the best out of all of them, but they do quite a big shade range now from what they started off with when they started doing makeup. So again, I'm just going to take the seal off this. I'm going to pump a couple of squirts out and then just use that all over the face with a damp beauty blender and just buff away, and hopefully take that down my neck. Hopefully it matches. Okay guys, do you know what? I'm shocked. I don't even think I'm over exaggerating when I'm saying that I feel like I might have found a new favorite foundation, and you know how I feel about MAC face and body. I feel like this is my color in a bottle. So if you're a similar skin tone to me, then get Toffee. Toffee's my shade. Toffee is my shade. It's so difficult for me to find a foundation. Usually I'm mixing because they're too light, they're too dark, they're too red, they're too yellow. But Toffee is exactly my shade. I'm impressed with myself. Such a good pick. But what I would say is that I feel like the bottle says that it is a matte foundation. Now I can't really test that out because I've got the highlighter drops underneath. However, I don't feel like it's matte. I feel like it's more of a dewy foundation. You can see it's very dewy. Like, I don't feel like it's a dry, unless it dries down matte, but I do feel like it's dewy. It says medium to full coverage. I would disagree. I would say it's sheer to medium, which is even better because that's what I love. But it's definitely buildable. I feel like it's definitely buildable. I've done about 2 coats and I don't feel like I need any more. I've also blended down my neck. I'm really excited right now. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice because, guys, this is my colour, and all I want in a foundation is my colour. Banging, I love that for £3 as well. Okay, listen, I had to check my receipt real quick because your girl's annoyed. Basically, they do toffee in the concealer. This is called the PS My Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer, and they do the shade toffee. Now, I remember that I had picked up 3 and then I dropped one out, which I thought was the darker one, but I didn't. I dropped out toffee by accident, so I'm really annoyed. However, what I'm going to do is I've got a darker one, which is caramel, and then I've got a lighter one, which is in the shade Cool Sand. I picked up Cool Sand because it's lighter, but it's got more of the yellow undertone to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix these two together and pray for the best that it makes the same shade as my skin tone. I think it will work nonetheless, and then if I like it, I'll go back and get toffee. This one, these concealers say that it's medium coverage, it's got vitamin E and aloe vera in, so I'm really excited to try this out. I'm going to take them both out of the packaging, and then just like any concealer, I'm going to pop it underneath my eyes. That's where I suffer with darkness, and a little bit around my mouth area as well. Okay guys, this is no joke. Like, I mixed caramel and Cool Sand together, and look, I'm not going to lie, it's not as much coverage as the MAC Pro Longwear. However, for the price of £2 each, it's done a really good job. And do you know what really matters to me is shade is really, really important. I hate putting anything on my skin that is not the correct shade. I hate it. I hate it when I see it. I hate it when people go darker, they go lighter. Just stick to your shade, girls. Like, honestly, it really annoys me, especially on a darker skin tone, if it looks ashy. And this doesn't look ashy whatsoever. It looks really natural. It looks really natural. I wouldn't say it's matte at all. I wouldn't say any of this is matte at all. I would say it's dewy, but I'm here. I'm living for it. I'm going to add a little bit more because I'm me. But what I would say, if you wanted a negative, which I don't think you can really give a negative to a £2 product that is so good, is that I'm having to layer up a little bit. Only because I like my concealer to be full coverage. So it's only my own personal preference. You guys, if you like it more natural, would do with one coat. But just because I like it fuller around my eyes, because you know I've got a bit of a complex about my dark circles, I like there to be heavy coverage even when I probably don't need it. Then you need about 2 coats. That's the only thing I would say. But for £2, you're laughing. So now I'm going to stick to the usual way that I do my base routine, and next I'll go on to highlight. For highlighter, I'm going to use that same concealer, my Perfect Colour Liquid Concealer in the shade Cool Sand. And I'm going to highlight underneath my eyes and just down the centre of my face, and then just blend that out using a damp beauty blender. This is just going to add a little bit of dimension. I want to lift underneath the eyes a little bit as well, so it doesn't look all too one-toned. Okay, so that is the highlight down, and I quite actually like this as a highlight colour. It's not too pinky at all. I had a really weird thought whilst I was blending this out, and I was thinking, could you imagine if Primark's makeup is in the same factory as like Charlotte Tilbury, and it's the same product, it just goes out into different packaging? Could you imagine? And then Charlotte Tilbury charges X amount and Primark charges £2. Do you know what I mean? It makes me question things, because this, like, the foundation is probably my favourite so far, but the concealer is really good as well, and it is really lightweight. I'm sure that it could be comparable to other concealers and you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. I don't even know if that's possible. Okay, so now it's time for bronzer. I'm going to use the PS Bronze Contour and Shape Contour Stick. This is in the shade Shade, and it was £2. Let me just grab it out of the packaging. I feel like, you know, their, that was really easy. I feel like, you know, their nude range packaging. I don't know if you guys have seen like the body glitter. It's in a square tub. Looks divine. It's so pretty. It looks so expensive. So this one was £2. It's just a contour stick that you can twist up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to contour the hollows of my cheeks. I'm going to go around my temples, and I'm going to go around my jawline and a little bit on my nose as well. This is a cream contour. So we're just going to pop that on, and then I'm just going to quickly buff that out using a dense brush. Okay, so I would definitely say that this cream stick is definitely a contour stick. I just don't like it. I don't like it. The only reason being is because it is a contour stick. So I picked up 2. I picked up a cream concealer in Espresso, which was more ready toned, and I should have probably just stuck to that. That one was 90p. This one, I can't complain because it does what it says on the tin. It is a contour stick, which means that it's going to be cooler in tone. It's going to be a little bit more ashy. But I like a contour and bronzer stick together, so I like mine a little bit warmer. But this, if you want a contour stick, this is a contour stick. I can't complain about that. I just don't like the colour on me. I think that's what it is. I just don't like the colour on me, and my application of contour is more like a bronzer application, so that's why I don't like it on me. But I do have a matte bronzer which is probably going to warm this up. Okay, so a quick update on the skin. It's definitely matte down on my skin a little bit. I would say it's more of a semi-matte though, but you know what, anything that I put on my skin, whether it even be MAC face and body, and you guys know how dewy and glossy that is, will always go matte on my skin. So that's maybe why it may work different on different skin tones. What I'm going to do now is I'm ready for my powders. So I'm going to use the PS Bronze. This is the Bronze Queen matte bronzer. This was £2 and this is in the shade Sunset. I believe that they only do one shade. I'm not too sure, correct me if I'm wrong down below, but I do just want to warm up my skin, so I'm ready to bronze it. I'm going to bronze it all over the cheeks, around the temple areas, everywhere that I've added the cream. I'm just going to kind of set that with the powder. Okay, so I would say that I don't hate the bronzer, I don't love it. I would say it's comparable to MAC's matte bronze. It's not as warm as Give Me Sun. So with the bronzer shades, I would like them to be a little bit warmer. That's the only thing that I would say, but it works. It definitely works. This one was £2, so I'm really not complaining. If I didn't have anything else and this was lying next to me, I would use it as a bronzer. I just feel like that cream contour is an absolute no-no for my skin tone. Okay, so next I'm gonna actually be going in to this little cute palette. How cute is it? It's called Bronze Vacay Vibes Complete Face Palette. This one was £6, so it's a little bit more on the expensive side, but it's got your highlighters, it's got your blush, it's got your contour, and it's got some kind of lip shades here as well. So it's got a little bit of everything. Do you know what? Usually I don't love things like this, like face palettes. I'm not about that life because I like them just to be specifically highlighter palette, bronze palette, lip palette. Do you know what I mean? I like it all just to be particular in that order. I don't like everything. However, this one looked beautiful. These are the kinds of shades that I like. What I'm gonna do just quickly, just to try it out, is take this contour shade right here, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush, and I'm just going to apply it just to the hollows of my cheeks and a little bit, just to add a little bit of depth. Not too much because the colour looks fairly dark, but just a little bit, just to contour. Okay, so for me, that has added like the tiniest bit of difference. I also want to just try out the colour. You don't need to do it, it's an extra step, but it's just added a little bit of sharpness. I don't even know if you guys can see it, but it's just added a little bit of sharpness to my cheeks. Then going back into that same palette, so this is the only blusher colour that I've got. It's this beautiful orange, which I think looks really nice on a tan skin anyway. So I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and just take a little bit of that blusher and then just pop it on to the apples of my cheeks and then take it up towards my temple area. Okay, so we're nearly coming to the end. I'm going to use my highlighter palette. This one's fairly old, but I know that they still do it because I saw it in Primark today. This is the PS Pure Glow highlighting palette. This one was at £5, and I really like Primark's highlighting palettes. I think they're beautiful. I love the shades in this one. I'm going to go into a little bit of a Firefly just on a fluffy brush because this is how I love applying highlighter now. Taking a little bit of Firefly and then just popping this over the high points of my face. I love applying highlighter this way because you get kind of like a soft focus look to your highlighter. It's not just like a line of highlighter. I know I've said this before, but just for you guys that may be new to my channel, this is how I love applying highlighter. I feel like I learned a lot off YouTube because I learned this off someone that did it on YouTube, and I thought, oh, that looks pretty cool, let me try it out. And ever since then, I've kind of never let it go. So that is the highlighter. That is the highlighter on. I'm loving this base. The only thing that I don't love is probably just the bronzer, but everything else I love. I love the foundation, I love the concealer. I would say the concealer, just looking at it really quickly, probably isn't as full coverage as I would like, but that's just because I'm used to full coverage. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to complete the rest of my face. I'm not going to go crazy, I'm going to keep it simple on the eyes and then maybe just a bold lip, just so you guys can see what the whole look like. Can't speak today. Just so you guys can see what the whole look comes together like. Okay guys, so I am back. I actually ended up just using this bronze palette. I used this color because this color is so me. Just a little bit on the eyes. The eyes are super simple. Put on some lashes and then just put on a red lip because I wanted this all to be about the base. I wanted you guys to experience the base with me, and you know what? I'm loving the way that it's turned out. The only thing that I don't like is the bronzer, as I've been saying all along, but let me know down below what you think of this finished look. I'm shocked, like, by Primark makeup. What I would say, if I had to pick items that I absolutely love, I would definitely repurchase this foundation. I think you guys are going to see it quite a bit on my channel because I love it. I would also say that concealer, the My Perfect Color Liquid Concealer, is a little bit drying. So I feel like underneath my eyes is a little bit drying, but then the MAC Pro Longwear is also quite drying. So I mean, that's that. What I'm gonna do is I'm just probably gonna pop a little bit of, do I need a little bit of inner corner highlight in my inner eyes? Yeah, let's just do that real quick. Okay, so going into this bronze palette, it's because I didn't use this highlighter, I might as well. Let me just take a little bit of this gold highlighter on a small brush. I'm just gonna pop a little bit on my Cupid's bow and just in my inner corner and on my brow bone as well. I swear when I add inner corner highlight, it just, I don't know, it makes your eyes pop. Like, it's so beautiful. Okay, so as I was saying, I definitely repurchased the foundation, the concealers, and I actually really like these liquid drops. If you haven't got the Iconic London ones and you want to try them out, they are hella expensive, so try these ones out because they're a really good dupe. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to zoom you guys in to my face so you can see the finished look. Overall, let's be kind to me in the comments because this camera lens is not forgiving whatsoever. So I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see the final look. Listen, just quickly as well, this video is not sponsored. I wish it was. Primark, if you're out there, sponsor a girl. She loves you, please. Okay, so if you guys can't tell already, I love Primark makeup. I would suggest you try it out if you haven't. And that is it. I loved filming this video. If you guys like videos like this, or even if you want me to do like a full face of Primark makeup or a full face of another brand or test something out, then please let me know down below. I love you guys so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah.